Hello world, and welcome back to another episode of Kelthos Tries. My name is of course Kelthos, and in this episode we're going to try this game called Where the Water Tastes Like Wine again, and we're going to try it for the last time because this is the fourth video on it. And in the last episode we collected some more stories and we ran into a bunch of weird birds and some weird winged devil creature type thing, and yeah, and we made it all the way to Pennsylvania, and we were going to head into Philadelphia and see what that's all about when I had to go. So in this episode we're going to continue on and see where we can go from there. So here we go. But before we do all that, we're going to go over here to this campfire to see what's over here. Because last time we went to a campfire there was that kid there, so we're going to see if the kid's at this one or if this is a different one. Mason by Sidney Meeker, Chapter 1, Pay for Your Life.
My twin brother Paul and I always got into trouble, but we were good.
Really?
We didn't do nothing to anybody till we left.
Left where?
Then we hurt a lot of people. Me, more so than Paul, because he didn't make it through.
Oh,
the march I was on, the bonus army. It's less a bonus and more an acknowledgement of what I've had to suffer. Civilians will never understand. Paul used to collect scary stories. Do you know a good one?
A scary story? I don't know if I know a scary one. Where's that one at? Tell the story of the winged goat. Yeah, I could tell the story of that. I do know that. That was kind of scary. How do I do that? There.
Sounds like one of those scary stories Paul would have told me. Mods say that we only get as much sadness as we make. Paul's ghost is providing me a little extra. So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
I don't know if I know any funny ones. Let's see. Tell the story of the massive thunderstorm? No. Tell the story of the pigeon keeper? No. Tell the story of the boy whose shiftless father left him alone in the woods? No. Seagulls? No. Tell the story of the two lighthouse keepers. The two men who each mistook each other for a missing brother around Boston. Yeah, I could tell him that.
Yeah, Paul would have liked that one.
Nice, I'm scoring good on this.
The past doesn't even feel like it happened. It feels like it's happening in every moment, in every slumber.
Really?
When your memories come back to you,
probably have
they clutch
PTSD
at
and
you,
night terrors and stuff.
at your heart. Tell me a happy story. Something to make the world seem kind.
Okay, no. Tell the story of the seagulls. Tell the story of the woman arrested for bootlegging? No. Story of the elegant woman? No. Tell the story of the determined socialist? Tell the story of the Leatherman's cave? I don't know about happy stories, so let's try this one.
I liked that one.
Good, thank you.
There's some hope left for you too, you know. Don't give it away too quickly. Freedom is getting paid what you deserve, and getting enough to get by. Freedom is the ability to be free of pain. Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
I don't know if I know any jokes. Tell the story of the massive thunderstorm? No. Pigeon keeper. The only funny one was the two brothers that mistook each other, but like I already said that, so. No, I don't really have any jokes, so let's just do the bootleg women.
Oh, come on. That doesn't sound real. Authority? The law? Well, I had a thought once, in the trenches. You and I, all of us, have the right to the pursuit of... I can't say I've held the Declaration myself, but Does it say anything about having a right to achieve happiness?
No.
So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
I already told you the funny story I had. I don't really have another funny story. No. Back. I didn't mean to exit. I meant to click that. I'll just tell the elegant woman story. It's not really funny, but...
I don't mean to be rude, but Civi's travel. Well, this walk feels like a little bit of freedom now and again. The flowers along the road make for fine company. Here's the sun. I've got to go. I'm headed up the road this way.
Okay,
Will
so
our
you'll
paths
be up in
cross?
New York? Maybe.
Days come and go and the terrors return. They'll never be able to pay back what they owe me, but I'll always keep at 'em. What
I'll
about
collect
you?
some more funny stories for you.
Is there
and
something
scary
somebody
stories.
owes you?
Yes, the dude owes me my skin and my life. Mason Chapter 2 now available. New story, Mason's Loss. Okay. Where's that Philadelphia? That's where I was going. Search.
You come across a girl picking wild blueberries. She smiles and greets you. "On in." She offers you some from her birch bark basket.
Thank you.
You reach in the basket for blueberries, but pull out a handful of small, smooth stones, all the colors of the rainbow. The snickering girl runs into the trees as fast and light as a rabbit.
Of course you do. Does she want me to throw the stones, or does she want me to just drop them? Because she tricked me. I'm just going to drop them. I don't want to be mean to her.
The stones tumble from your hand and hit the ground, instantly turning black as the night. Your heart leaps in surprise. How strange.
The girl with the strange stones. Here's a story, yes. Okay. It's break time at this half-finished bridge. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. They listen raptly to his story about the Devil of Leeds. Listen to the tale. You realize it's the story of the winged goat by the pristine water, but heavily embellished. The young man on the bucket tells it masterfully, doing all the voices as if he's told this 1,000 times before. Maybe he has. What a story. It's nothing close to what actually happened, but this version is pretty good. You'll have an easy time remembering it. Move on. Story grew in the telling. The Devil of Leeds. What's this? Hop a train? No. Can I go into the city? Like, actually go in? Apparently not. There's nothing in Delaware either. Where am I heading? Down south more? Okay. Let's see what this is. It says Washington, but this is Maryland, so... Is this DC or something? Enter Washington, D.C. Yeah. It's hard to look at these shining buildings in the direct sunlight. You feel like an ant crawling among the tombs of giants. Away from the monuments, though, you find a city that's a little more human. Explore.
The mailman's uniform is dated and worn. He sits on the edge of the road, head in hands. He looks up as you approach. "Can you help?" "Car clipped me. I think my legs... Well, I'd appreciate it if you could deliver this for me." He holds out a brown envelope.
You sure you don't want me to, like, get a doctor or something, or bring you to the
The
hospital?
letter's addressed to a James Gibson Sr., 120 J Street. But the city stymies you. The blocks run straight from I to K. You stop a man for directions, but he shakes his head and laughs. Someone's playing a joke on you. There's no J Street.
I'm going to keep looking.
Over here. A woman in a brown coat overheard your question. She steers you down an alley. Someone's chalked a big orange J on one wall. I thought Clovis was late. Go left up ahead. Old Man Gibson's the third on the right.
Thank you.
As you round the corner, the world changes. J Street is a place out of time. Like the city forgot an entire street a century ago and carried on around it, oblivious. Even the noise and bustle of D.C. can't penetrate this little pocket. The man who answers is ancient and stooped. He peers at the letter. I think it's from my son. I don't see so well anymore. Will you read it to me? You tear the letter open. It isn't good news.
Well, I believe he should know anyway, so I need to tell him.
He fights it, but his face crumbles. Tears roll down his cheeks. It's better to know. I've been waiting a long time for this. His shaking hand takes the letter. Thank you for telling me.
You're welcome. I didn't want to lie to you, dude. A strange street lost in time in Washington, D.C. Let's earn some money. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's look for work. You wait outside a lumber warehouse for hours. You don't get there early enough for work in the warehouse, but trucks swing by every few minutes picking up loads of fresh wood and sometimes a few people from the street corner for a job elsewhere in the city. Wait. A battered pickup stops at the curb. There's only a few planks in the bed of the truck, and the cab is packed with teenagers. A young man with a bent cigarette drooping from his lip shouts to you, "Hey, want to make some cash?" Doing what? Sucking my Shut up, blurts the smoker, shoving his companion hard. It's painting a house, he says. Wow. Okay, sure. The door of the truck cab opens slowly, and the boys slide around to make room for you. You count them quick, 6 total. 2 of them crouched under the dashboard at the foot of the passenger seat. There's something ominous about their sudden silence. The moment the truck pulls into the street, every single boy but the driver produces a switchblade of some sort. Everything is bare knees and shining knife blades. "Give us your money," howls the driver, accelerating into the middle lane. "Flee!" Oops. What happened? You reach back for the door latch, and a second later you are landing hard in the middle of the street. The truck roars away. The boys' shocked faces craned back to look at you. A taxi nearly runs you over. Passerbys jeer as you limp to the curb. It could have been worse. Move on. So we got hurt a little bit. Well, that sucks. Let's buy nothing. I guess leave. Yeah, we're like at half health now. Great. Hop a train. No. What is this? Cross. Well, can't we just cross on the bridge? Yeah. Maybe not. Where are we headed? Yeah, we want to go down to Virginia. I guess cross. Thank you. Is there anything over here in West Virginia for us? There's something right there. Let's cross back. I missed that over there. Over this way, yeah. I still don't know how this whistling works. I mean, I do, but I don't know how it's supposed to work on a keyboard. Search.
His clothes are expensive, but unkempt. A tailored jacket stretched and warped out of its best fit by long days on the road. His thinning frame weighs down the boxcar next to yours. You got a light, friend?
Sure.
You offer a match, which bends and nearly snaps as he scratches it against the pitted iron edge of the boxcar. Thanks, he mumbles, perching one last cigarette on his lip.
So where are you
Don't
going?
rightly know where I'm going. You notice how deeply wrinkled his clothes are. It's as though a huge hand plucked him from a high society party and crumpled him up like a sheet of paper. Don't rightly know how I got going either.
Oh, why?
They built a railway just past Missy Hudson's estate. A damned racket ruined our soiree. Might have been a few bottles of Armagnac too many when I walked down the tracks to tell them to keep it quiet. He drags on the cigarette, but you never see him exhale.
Weird. The last bottle of Armagnac. Okay, so he went to go tell people to be quiet that were at the tracks or whatever, and then he woke up on the train? Weird. Okay, let's go this way. Richmond, Virginia is over there. Seems like we're walking even slower than we did before. But I can't do the whistle thing. Let's see who's camped out over here. Is this that one dude? Yeah, it is. I don't know who that is, though. Can't. Little Ben by Leigh Alexander, Chapter 1.
Sorry, friend, but I gotta
Charlotte
ask you not to
something.
get no closer unless I can see your hands at all times.
I don't want to get any closer, man. Sitting across the fire from you is good enough.
Look too clean to be one of us. You don't look like the company sent you neither.
Company.
All right, come and share my fire spell. But don't linger. These hills is full of ears. Don't think just 'cause you can't see no one that you're safe. And I'll give you cornbread. Don't be so sure of me neither.
Thank you for the cornbread,
See anything
I guess.
exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs.
Yeah, I seen something exciting. You want to know about the creature?
Are you trying to scare me? Every man in the last meeting I ran could tell you a story scarier than that right off the top of his head.
I wasn't trying to tell you a scary story.
Sure,
I
I
was
know
trying to tell
sadness.
you something I met.
Sometimes I get to thinking that just because you're right doesn't mean you ever get your rights. Times like that, I feel like all them cold flecks are just settling in me. Like I'm gonna become part of the mountain's guts, one way or another.
That's sad.
I
dude.
need a laugh. Know any good jokes?
Yeah. I know the one about the brothers. Yeah, the two men who mistook each other for their for brothers.
You are a pretty funny one, you know that?
Thanks.
The past. I remember looking between my mama's ankles down the road. Every evening, she'd be whispering. Still don't know if she were counting the workers or praying about them.
Probably praying.
See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just...
I told you about the thing. What other thing did I see that was exciting? Tell the story of the Leatherman's Cave. Yeah, sure.
Guess there ain't no joke that works on everyone.
You didn't want a joke. You said exciting.
Trust. Can I trust you? If I asked you how many widows were made when the number 9 fell in, would you know?
No.
What year it was when they walked Samuels and his boys down to Big Sandy and done them like criminals?
No.
You heard the word of Mother Jones?
No.
If you can't answer these, I can't say much. Got any funny stories?
Oh,
Must have a
there's
couple.
timer. I already told you the one funny story I had, and you didn't like it. Don't really have any other funny stories, man. Maybe this one? Not really that funny, but...
You got some wit, stranger.
Oh, you did like that. Okay.
Traps. Yeah. I tried to help dig us out. Now more like than not, I'm gonna be running forever. Keep thinking I should get mad about it. But maybe there's only so mad a man can be for so long.
I mean, that's true.
Sometimes fire follows the line all the way up into the hole and then whoosh, snuffs out. And there's the men with their eyes screwed shut, fingers in their ears, not knowing how to feel about the silence. See anything exciting out there on the road?
I already told you about the exciting things. Yeah, after I'm done talking to this dude, I'm gonna have to go. Tell the story of the girl with the strange stones. He's not gonna
Brings
like it,
me
probably.
back.
Oh, you did like it.
There was a time when me and Big Ben could just enjoy exciting stories like this one. Innocent. Home? I always wanted a little place where I could watch the sky change color, watch the cook fire smoke dance up among the pines. Morning. I gotta get going. Headed up that way.
Okay.
Won't be specific for my safety and yours.
But you just
You wanna
showed me
find me?
specifically on the map.
Do it.
So how are you
Talk
gonna
again about these things.
say that you're not being specific, dude? Trying to be mysterious. but
Pole
you're
ain't
really
got
not.
no country. No worker neither. Worker ain't Virginian, ain't Christian, white, colored, Irish, Polish, nothing. A worker is a worker. And we all gotta work.
True.
If you're one of them, if you think I sound red, you best come out and say so. Get it over with.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Little Ben Chapter 2 now available. New story, Little Ben's struggle. Alright, well, that's the end of checking this game out. It was pretty fun. It was a little different than any of the other games I've ever played, but it was still pretty fun. I like hearing about people's stories and stuff like that. So in the next episode, we will continue on and play a different game. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you see, I suggest you subscribe to my channel so you can see the new videos I post every single day. And if you really like the videos, I'd really like it if you could leave a thumbs up and a comment. That way I could have some interaction on my channel and know that people are actually watching and actually care. And if you want to know when I post my videos, exactly when I post them, the best way to do that is to turn on your notifications as well. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.